And finally tonight, a Catholic organization outside the nation's capital recently asked the public to vote on the all-time Catholic baseball all-star team, and the results are in. Check this out. The most votes went to Brooks Robinson at third base, and listen to this outfield. Babe Ruth hammering Hank Aaron and Joe DiMaggio. Nearly 2,000 people cast their ballots. Catholic Athletes for Christ researched more than 90 former players and broadcasters who were Catholic, and even noted if they were members of the Knights of Columbus. And joining me now is Ray McKenna, president of Catholic Athletes for Christ. Ray, thank you so much for joining us. I got to tell you, as a former ball player myself, this is exciting news. Some of the names on the list: Yogi Berra, Derek Jeter, Whitey Ford. Were you surprised by all the great baseball players that were Catholic?
It's good to be with you. And yes, I was. When we began putting the list together, we maybe had about 50% of the final list, and we kept researching and inquiring and found more and more. And you look at the depth, I believe almost all the selectees, with the exception of two, and all of the runner-ups are all in the Hall of Fame. The depth and the breadth of the Catholic baseball community is astounding, I would say.
Now, give us some of your favorite faith-based nuggets that you found during your research.
Well, as you noted, we denoted all of the members, all the Catholic members of the Hall of Fame, who are quite plentiful, who are also were Knights of Columbus or are Knights of Columbus, who are quite plentiful.
That's great.
And in addition to being Catholic, there are a number of the representatives here. I'll just pick two. Topically significant: Gil Hodges, who was posthumously inducted in the Hall of Fame at the end of this past July, and the late Vin Scully, who just passed away about 10 days ago, I believe, who is renowned, considered the greatest broadcaster, sports broadcaster, maybe broadcaster, period, of all time. And both had a deep and a vibrant Catholic faith. There's a story, a video about Gil Hodges on our website, the Gil Hodges story, which tells his amazingly deeply embedded Catholicism. And Vin Scully was the longtime lector at our Los Angeles Dodgers Mass. And there are so many great stories that emanate from Vin's role with Catholic Athletes for Christ and the Dodgers regarding his Catholicism.
Exactly. As a Dodger fan, one of his, I know about this, one of his last recordings he made was the Rosary for your organization, correct? Tell me about that.
That's correct. And we've had a renewed interest in the Rosary since Vin's passing. He and Kevin O'Malley of our organization put it together a number of years ago, and it's been our most popular item. People are just astounded. They say listening to Vin do the mysteries of the Rosary is almost like listening to the Lord Almighty himself speak to them. And we had the same reaction from the baseball attendees. And we're talking about some pretty, big name baseball players who would go to our Mass at Dodger Stadium and listen to Vin and just come away astounded, by his sincerity, his persona, his just an amazing presence.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't know that he believed strongly in his Catholic faith, and that's what you found out as well, right?
Yeah, so many vignettes, but if I just may share one, Eric, he said on one Dodger broadcast of 67 years or so, he referred to a player who was listed by the team as being day-to-day, and he said, he's day-to-day, but then I guess from the Lord's perspective, all of us are. There are just so many things he would say like that, just in passing.
Yeah, he's just an amazing broadcaster, I tell you. 67 years of doing TV and radio for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and his Catholic faith was very strong in his broadcast. Well, I got to tell you, Ray McKenna, president of Catholic Athletes for Christ, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
God bless you.